This is one of the most anticipated drum kit of the year, the VAD from Roland. VAD stands for V as like drums, the V drums, which is virtual drum, acoustic design. I think Roland has done an amazing job at bridging the gap between electronic and acoustic. They have done this amazing drum kit. It looks stunning. I mean, the black sparkle finish and everything about it is just amazing. The sizes are the sizes of a real drum kit. The feel by playing it is just amazing, and the cymbal as well. They have been completely redesigned for this series. We have a 12-inch hi-hat, we have a 14 and 16-inch crash. This one in particular is a crash ride, so you have the option of actually double triggering with this. You can plug 2 cables and have also trigger for the bell, which is very convenient. And then you have the digital ride, which is 18-inch. I say digital ride because this is a completely new innovation. This and the snare drum are actually connected to the brain with a USB cable, because they don't do single triggering, they don't do double triggering, they don't do triple triggering. They do a technology that is called multi-triggering. You have an enormous amount of triggering point on both the ride cymbal and the snare drum. This for giving you all the best nuisance of playing. You can play this ride and this snare drum literally like you've been playing your acoustic drums. And apart from the more rubbery feeling on the ride and the mesh kind of slightly more springier feel from the snare drum, you literally can't tell the difference. You have I mean, like, I'm gonna demo it right now. You can see especially around the bell area, you have so many different areas where you can hit and it will sound differently. And the crash cymbals, we've seen it and we will see it in the demo, they are chokeable like all the other Roland stuff nowadays. The ride cymbal is also chokeable, but the amazing stuff is that you don't need to grab it. All you have to do is put your hand on it. The cymbal will detect your hand and will just tell the brain to stop playing. And this will still carry, I don't know if you can hear it, I will suggest to use headphones to listen to this demo. It will carry naturally that little overtone even after you choked it, just like a normal cymbal would do. The snare drum does the same identical thing. You have triggering area throughout the whole surface of the snare, which means you can do this. You will have different samples from the outer areas of the snare drum and from the center, like a normal acoustic snare drum would do. And like the ride cymbal, the snare as well will detect when your hand is on it. And you can do cross stick just like you've been doing it on your standard snare drum. This is so amazing and it's so sensitive. You can do all the mixed techniques of like playing the cross stick and also giving the little ghost note with your fingers, like. How good is that? So we have talked about the shells, but the hardware is incredible, because this kit, as you can see, doesn't come with the standard Roland rack. This kit actually comes with these super sturdy cymbal stands with the tom mounts. When you get the kit, you will have also these 3 cymbal stands. You won't get your snare stand or your hi-hat stand or your kick pedal. You're free to choose whichever you like the most, or use the stuff they use for your acoustic kit, because it's perfectly transferable. But so you know, you do get the hardware to mount this tom-tom, and it's top notch, double braced, super sturdy, is incredible. Acoustic design. This means that the shells are actually made out of wood. It's a 2-ply poplar shell. It's a very thick 2-ply poplar shell, and you have 10, 12 rack tom, 14-inch floor tom, 20-inch bass drum, and you have the 14-inch snare drum. The tom-tom feature a double ply meshed, while the snare and the floor tom have got a triple ply. This because Roland has said that this combination was the best for triggering, and I mean, when they say that, I think we can trust them. They probably have a little bit of expertise on that. Another big innovation are the cymbals. As we were saying, these have been redesigned specifically for the VAD, and these are actually thinner. I know that is difficult to see through the screen, so I'm gonna just demonstrate it, how thin they are. They are so thin you can bend them, and you won't really damage them. They are really nice and thin, and this is to give you that really nice and very realistic feel of a swinging cymbal when you hit it. Also, because it won't offer like a heavier traditional electronic cymbal pad, it won't give you as much resistance. You will have the same feel as you were playing, almost as you were playing a classic acoustic cymbal. Another amazing feature of this drum kit is actually the kick drum. You have a pad within the bigger frame of the drum head. I say a drum head because it's actually a drum head. It's covered in plastic to get rid of any kind of overtone and to give it perfect triggering, so to make it heavier. But this means that you can perform and you can play this just like you would play your acoustic. It has a little bit of that spongy little give to it, so you can bury the beater or you can play with the beater off, depending what you're playing, what is your technique. You can do all of that. You won't have any bounce that is typical of other pads, other kick pads from other brands. This is possibly the best electronic kick drum pad that I've ever played, full stop. And this kit is possibly the best electronic kit that I have ever played. So if you feel differently or if you have any question, please feel free to comment in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, subscribe, maybe. It's right there. It's really easy. We do a lot of reviews, we do a lot of tests, we do a lot of demos. So if you're interested, hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell so you will be notified every time we drop a new video. So people, I'm using a phone here. Here it is. This is the brain of the VAD506. It's the same brain of the TD25. One thing I love about Roland brain is that everything is laid out in a very sensible way, and everything is really accessible. You can see what all of these do, and navigating through the brain is a breeze. Instrument, level, tuning and muffling. These are the 4 main knobs if you want to change your sound for anything. You hit the pad that you want to change sound of, and you go instrument, and you can go, now I've got number 100 steel fat snare. Really good sounding snare. Here with the level I can change obviously the volume of the snare drum, and I can change the tuning as well. So this is the original sample, and I can tune it up, or I can tune it down, and the range is incredible. You can change also the muffling in case you want a drier sound, and you have, as you can see, you have a lot of options here, and this means that with small increments you can really design the sound how you want it to be. You can tell the tail of the sound is getting shorter and shorter until we have the most dry sound possible. Another amazing feature of this kit is if you go on kit edit, it opens this amazing menu here where you can change literally everything about the kit. And one of the most amazing thing is the overhead section. Let's head into it. I'm going to press enter, and you can see it here. The overhead is on. You can take it off as well, but you have a different type of overhead templates, and you can change these, and I'm going to show you what I mean with this. Now I've got this clear template. I'm going to change the mic type . And then you can also change the width, and this is gonna affect, basically is like I'm moving the overhead from 0 to 4. So this is the sound at 0. Change to 4. So all the sound and feature in this brain, they have all been lent from the TD50, which is still the flagship drum. I think like with the 27 module, the gap is been reduced consistently. Another amazing feature of this brain is the USB link. You can connect this brain to your computer with a USB cable, and you can obviously transfer the MIDI signal. All you have to do is download the drivers from the Roland website, and no matter if you're using an Apple product or a Windows based computer, there will be the driver for you, and you can transfer MIDI signal very easily. With just that driver, the unit and your computer will get talking immediately. It's never been so easy. It's amazing. But also you can transfer audio with your USB connection, and listen to this. You can transfer 28 separate tracks. 28 is way more then the drums that I have here, you have tracks for literally everything. You have tracks for every drum, you have tracks for effects, you have tracks for overheads, you have tracks for room, and then in your software you can mix them and have really the most amazing sound I've ever heard from an electronic drum. So as we were saying, this kit is the most similar to an acoustic drum kit, up to the point that we've had customers asking for cases for these, and we've done a little bit of research. We think we actually cracked it. There are a couple of issues with the standard sizes drum case, especially in the floor tom and kick drum. Feel free to send us an email or give us a call, and we will be happy to guide you through anything you want to with this kit, or the cases for it, or literally anything. Well guys, what to say? To shoot this video actually took me extremely long time because I couldn't stop playing. I couldn't stop playing. This kit is so inspiring, and that's the word that is more appropriate to this kit. It's not just incredible sounding, it's not really flexible, it's not really good for recording and live performance. Is all of this, and is inspiring, because is just like playing your acoustic drum kit. You can place everything like you would on your acoustic set, and playing it is just so much joy. It's so much easy to navigate through the brain and really customize your sound. You can have some of the most amazing sounding acoustic drums, because Roland lately has been focusing a lot on sampling the most incredible acoustic sound. Roland has done a firmware update where there's even more acoustic sound available, so feel free to head onto the Roland website and check if you have the latest version. But this kit is amazing.